Hey guys, how's it going? We are back and welcome to actually a decent little achievement here to start off episode 16 of the free-to-play journey. I'm actually about to hit 91 cooking already, and of course this video kind of skews time for you guys, so let me explain what already means. I posted episode 15 about 20 hours ago and then went straight into cooking, and I'm already at level 91, which means I have gained 550,000 XP in about 20 hours, which is kind of crazy for a free-to-play account, but there it is, level 91 cooking. Took a little while there, don't know why that was. Members can now cook manta rays. I probably will never do that. Alright, so we do have 614,000 XP to the next level. It's getting kind of long distance now. And once we hit 92, that is of course the halfway mark to 99. So gonna continue grinding and hopefully I can do this next level just as quickly as 92-91. Well, I did it guys. I am officially halfway to level 99 cooking. There we are, 92. I got the level when I didn't have my microphone nearby, so I didn't manage to grab the actual clip of it, but I did take a screenshot, which you are seeing on the screen right now, so pretty impressive. We are halfway to our first 99 as a free-to-play player. That is as far as I'm going to go this week for cooking, though. I figure this is a good stopping point. We gained 2 levels, we're officially halfway there. Just seems like a good stopping point. I have some other stuff I want to do, which includes a lot of Obor kills and working further towards base 50s. Might actually hit base 50s in this episode, kind of depends on how much money I can make. I'm going to be doing a little bit of money making as well. But yeah, finishing cooking a few days early like I am now gives me some better time to get some other content for you guys as well. So yeah, Obor is next on the agenda, so I gotta go kill a lot of hill giants. So I mentioned in the last episode, and I think earlier in this episode, I actually wanted to try out some lucky items, see if any items in free-to-play are lucky for getting drops, for my account at least. Let's bury these bones, and we're actually going to hit 78 prayer, which is the main point of this clip. But I also wanted to mention that I am trying some lucky items. The first item that I'm trying is a ruby ring, and I'm going to try probably between 7 and 10 items and see if any of these items can give me, some pretty good RNG, which for those of you who don't know, is random number generator. That's basically how RuneScape assigns drops. It's basically like rolling a dice. The odds on getting a giant key drop from a hill giant are 1 in 128 if you're doing it in the Edgeville dungeon. So you roll a dice and you have a 1 in 128 chance of getting one. So I'm trying to see if any of these items can improve our fortunes a little bit. Trying the ruby ring so far. I've probably been here for about 50 kills so far and haven't had anything, unfortunately, so not looking too lucky to start, but I'll probably give it another 50 or so kills to see if anything lucky happens. Well, I did finally just manage to get my first giant key of this episode, so it's definitely better than what we would expect for the RNG for the giant keys. So ruby ring off to a good start. I don't know why I picked the ruby ring as opposed to like a diamond ring or something else. Next item I want to try out though is going to be bronze daggers. For those of you who don't know, I actually have a collection of bronze daggers on this account because I don't take donations on this account, so anybody who wants to buy me something, I just tell them to buy me bronze daggers. And as you can see, we do have 62,000 of them, which is, last I checked, close to 2 million GP worth of bronze daggers. So instead of the ruby ring, let's take it off real quick so we know we're not getting overlapping lucky items. We're going to have the bronze dagger in our inventory. That is the method we're going to do for the second lucky item, bronze dagger. Well, it looks like we actually have a new front runner for the luckiest item so far. Bronze dagger, we managed to get our first giant key in, I think it was about 40 kills, so doing pretty well in that regard. That is, of course, even faster than the ruby ring that took us about 40 kills. I didn't actually use the bronze dagger for any attacking, so I just stuck with the rune scimitar and kept the bronze dagger in my inventory, but definitely well below the drop rate, so I will chalk that up to some good RNG there, and gonna go try the third item. Not sure what it's gonna be, but I guess we will find out in just one moment. Managed to get another key. I actually lost track of how long this one took, not because it took any significant amount of time, I just actually didn't play at all yesterday, so it's been 2 days technically since I got the spinach roll out. But I think it was about 60 kills, which is pretty good. So spinach roll with 60 kills is not bad at all. I'm going to try something new. I don't know what else to try, in all honesty. I guess I could try putting something in the arrow slot, something weird for good luck, but yeah, there's not a whole lot I can think of. That was definitely the luckiest so far. Only took us about 40 kills to get our next giant key. So looking pretty good. We already have 4. This time I was using a gold ring. A gold ring is of course the most basic ring you can get, but sometimes it is the basic items that do give you the best luck, and I think that's going to be reflected in the next and last item that I'm going to try out. and I think you might already have an idea of what it is if you've been watching this series from the start. Now this is a pretty half-decent achievement. We are about to hit 60 attack, and as I have mentioned previously, what I decided I'm going to do for my melee combat stats is train them all to a base of 60, so what our attack and strength are right now, just have to get the defense up there now. And then once they're all at 60, I'm just going to continue training strength as far as I can, theoretically to 99, because I don't see any reason to take my attack or defense past 60, so long as Obor is the toughest boss. If they do end up adding a new free-to-play boss or adding Giant Mole to free-to-play, I would certainly look to increase my, attack and defense. But for the bosses that we do have available for free-to-play, I don't see any reason to go higher than 60. That said, I am trying out the lucky item of the wooden shield right now. Obviously the wooden shield is kind of iconic at this point for the channel. Gonna try to get another key, which would be our 5th, and then once we are done with that, I'm probably gonna go do some wooden shields. If not, maybe go for 6 or 7 keys. Now that was actually the fastest we have had so far. Only took about 30 kills for us to get our giant key there. We now have 5 of them. Honestly, the RNG that we've had throughout all these lucky items has been pretty good, so I definitely can't complain. I think we've had an average of like 70 kills per, something like that, which is really quite impressive. So definitely the wooden shield is the luckiest item we've found so far. Since it's been so quick, I'm actually going to go try to find 2 more items to test out. That way we'll have 7 keys, which I think is what I actually said at the beginning. So yeah, I'll try to get 7 lucky items, and then we can test them out on Obor himself. Well, we have our first failure of these lucky item attempts. Unfortunately, sliced bananas do not work for a lucky item. It went like 150 dry, which is the longest I've had so far in this episode. Sliced bananas I decided to go for just because they're kind of a weird item that not a lot of people would think of, but as they were the first failure, we're just going to eat the sliced bananas. To be totally honest, I was just looking for random items and then I saw that and I completely forgot you could even make sliced bananas. I'm actually going to go do some money making right now because it's really crowded at Hill Giants, but we will be back to get our last key or 2 at some point. But for now, I'm going to do a little bit of money making because I do need some in order to get base 50s. Of course, again, prayer and smithing, took me a minute to remember that, are the only 2 skills we have left and they cost a bit of money. Triangle sandwich is the next item we're going to be trying because that was also an item that I saw and I thought, hey, not a lot of people often have triangle sandwiches. So that's next on the list after the money making. Don't mind me, just casually sitting here getting 65 crafting. I've also got something else impressive to show you at the end of this. I think at the beginning I said I was going to be doing like a secret money making method. Decided not to do it. It wasn't nearly as profitable as I thought it was, and it was also kind of crowded. It's actually a fairly well-known one as it turns out. But yeah, about to hit 65 crafting. Looks like crafting might be our next skill to get all the way up to 70 at this rate. Looks pretty good. Didn't unlock anything, unfortunately, but still another increment of 5 levels is always good to see. Actually, is that our... Yeah, that is officially our 2nd highest stat now. It's kind of impressive. When I started this account, I did not think crafting would be the 2nd highest. But as you can see, I do have 2,392 gold rings and 2,995 gold necklaces. Of course, one of the gold rings was for a lucky item, so I'm going to keep that in there. This is basically the money making that I did. I started out with like 450k, and I'm going to see how much I profited just by crafting. Let's have a little bit of a look. So, started with 450, and we ended up with a 40k cash stack left over and all this. So, 450 turned into 774. So we made over 300k basically. That is damn impressive in my opinion. I can definitely afford now to get my smithing up to 50 as well as my prayer, I'd imagine. I'm also quite close to 49, so it's really only 1 level. But yeah, 300k profit is pretty impressive if you ask me. I'm pretty pleased with that. Gonna go sell all that right now and then probably finish the last lucky item before I start doing smithing and prayer. But those probably will be coming later in this episode, if not the very beginning of the next episode. But yeah, next thing will be lucky items. And it looks like we do have our last lucky item being the triangle sandwich. That one wasn't super lucky, took us 70 kills still, but that is obviously well below the rate that you would normally expect them. So we do have, I believe, 6 or 7 keys now, so we're going to take all of our keys and all of our lucky items, and the way we will determine which item is luckiest is it'll just be based off GP value. So if we get a drop that's worth 20k and a drop that is worth 25, the drop that is worth 25, whatever item we had in our inventory or on our person, if it's a ring or something, will be deemed the luckier item. So yeah, gonna go do that real quick and should be pretty good. We have like 7 keys, so hopefully we'll get something interesting from Obor. Here we go, time for the first attempt at Obor with the lucky item. We're gonna be starting with the ruby ring. As I said earlier, we are just going to be basing the RNG, the luck, I guess, on how much the value of the drop is. Of course, the giant club would be the best, but I kind of highly doubt we're going to get that, unfortunately. But here we go. Let's give it a shot. Came really close there to dying, actually. I think that's the closest we've actually come to a death since our last one. Got down to 2 HP, but spam click to get back to a reasonable amount of health, but should be fine. This has actually been a fairly poor kill, unfortunately. It took us more food than it usually does. Of course, we're still quite high on prayer points, so not too bad, but that is not a great drop, unfortunately. 55 law runes. Let's do a test to see how much that is looking like. Oof. 12k is not too great, unfortunately. So the ruby ring, unfortunately, looking like an early failure as a lucky item, but we do have a few more to go, so I'm gonna go grab the next one and give it another shot. Well, I did it again, guys. I forgot to record. That kill went really well. I only used, what, 7 food, and we got a rune helmet, or a rune medium helmet drop. And this was using the gold ring, so I haven't checked it yet. I think that's going to be... No, that is actually even worse than the first one. I would have thought the Rune Helmet would have been more expensive. So it looks like the ruby ring remains at top spot for now with the 12k drop. Gonna go try the triangle sandwich now, I guess, and hopefully this time I'll remember to record. It was a really fast kill, though. Quite easy. Remember to record this time. So we do have our triangle sandwich. We're gonna give it a shot. I believe this was actually the last lucky item that I tested out for the giant keys. I don't know what relevance that has, but I'm gonna give it a shot and hopefully get something interesting. Things got a little nervy there. I need to work on something. I know it is actually more efficient to pray melee generally, but once you're down below 26 health, it's actually best to pray range. Of course, I've explained this before, but people constantly comment it for some reason. Rune plate body has a significant, well, actually rune armor in general has a significantly higher range defense than melee defense, and specifically crush defense, which is the style of attack that Obor uses. So generally speaking, it's best to protect melee, because when he's attacking you with range, there's a much higher chance that it just won't hit. But if you are below 26 health, which is of course his max hit, it is best to pray ranged. Of course, that is because obviously he can't hit 26 range against you if you are praying range. That should be obvious, but I figured I'd clarify. Let's see what we got here, though. Coins, 14,000, and that is currently the best. Triangle sandwich is officially the top ranked lucky item so far with 14.5k, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. Let's go try the next item. I don't remember what the next one was, but I'll go find out real quick, and yeah, we'll get going on another one real quick. I think we have 3 or 4 keys left, I want to say. Next item up is the diamond. I can't remember, it's been a couple of days, but I think this was one of the items that actually had a pretty quick rate of getting the key, so maybe we'll get some good luck here. I'm also hoping not to have any more trouble with Obor lately. For some reason, I don't know why, I'm just not hitting. I'm hitting a lot of zeros and then like 1s and 2s. I think, again, just bad RNG. Maybe these items are giving me good drops, but bad RNG. I guess that'd be a decent trade-off. Going back to what I was saying, though, about the protect prayers, obviously you're going to want to protect range when you're below 26 because his max hit with melee is only 22. So if you're in that range of between, 23 and 26, you're going to want to switch to range if you're below that for any amount of time. But in all honesty, when you're not below that, you can pray whatever you want at Obor, especially once you get up to around level 90, which I'm currently at. Actually, no, 74. I was thinking of my other account right there. Once you're up even above, 65 into the 70s, as long as you pray something, you're going to be totally fine. He's a really easy boss. You don't have to worry about anything. He can't, do any combos on you to spec you out and kill you like you see with members bosses. There's really not a lot to worry about in all honesty, as long as you, stay composed, eat food when you need to, just like I did right there. It's really pretty straightforward. You can pray whatever you want, and he won't give you any problems at this point. People always try to tell me, oh, you should pray range, it's better, which 1, it's not, and 2, even if it was better, I really don't care that much, because it's just so easy. Here we go, though. The diamond drop is 59 nature runes. That could be better. Let's have a look. I believe the best one we have right now, was 14.5k. Let's try all these nature runes. 12.6, so the triangle sandwich is still the best with 14k. We have 2 more keys left, so I'm going to go get the first one of those real quick. And I think the next one I'm going to do is the wooden shield. Actually, no, we'll save that one for last. Going to give this a attempt right here. If there is any lucky item in here, it's going to be this or the wooden shield, I would assume. So, yeah, bronze daggers have a soft spot in my heart. That was a fairly easy kill. We used a little bit more food than I would have hoped, but let's see what we get here for the drop on the bronze dagger. Oh my gosh. Coins again, and let's see if it's any different. So, where was it? 14. Oh my, the bronze dagger takes the lead by 100 GP. The bronze dagger is officially the #1 luckiest item so far. We still have one more to go, which is of course the wooden shield. So I'm gonna go grab that real quick and we will do our last key of the episode. Alright, last kill, we're going to use the wooden shield and the glass box combined. Come on, let's get something impressive here. Well, that escalated really quickly. We started out very slow, and then all of a sudden it was almost dead right off the bat. I was going for the emote, but I need to make sure more than anything just not to die here. So we're going to do that, and then hopefully we hit him right here. There we go. Let's do the glass box. Here we go. What is the last item? A rune kite shield. I think that takes the cake, guys. I think the last item is the best one. That's actually a fairly rare drop. I know there's a lot of people, a lot of Iron Men who go for this. 32,000, it is definitely the best. We have a winner, and of course it is the wooden shield. It couldn't be anything else, couldn't it? And with that, the wooden shield gains even more prominence on this account. I think I might have to go rebuy a golden wooden shield, because between what happened earlier with getting all the money from them and now it being our special lucky item, they have a special place in my heart, to say the least. That is actually going to be the end of the episode, guys. Next episode, I'm going to finish up base 50 stats, of course with a little Obor and cooking thrown in there, as well as some other stuff that I have in mind. Something I actually kind of wanted to talk about is we might try some PKing soon. Nothing too crazy, it would probably just be Edgeville low-level PKing. I don't have an account build necessarily for PKing, but in all honesty, I don't think most free-to-play players do either. So I think that's something I'm going to look forward to in the near future, just doing a little bit of PKing, something to spice things up a little bit. So let me know what you would think about that. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like on it. Subscribe if you're new, of course, because we do these videos once every other week. And that's another thing. Sorry, so many updates at the end here. I actually have a members series that's coming fairly soon. I know I mentioned it a couple episodes ago. It is really almost done. The account preparation that's going into it is taking quite some time, but once it's done, it's ready to go. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to really enjoy it. And with that, guys, I'm going to finally stop rambling now that we have our lucky item, the wooden shield, of course. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.